Hello, this is Kendall. So, this is my last vlog as a graduate student at Union, and I'm excited because I graduate next weekend. So, for the first question, it says, what is the most impactful thing about my practicum? I feel like the most impactful moment for me was actually in my recent practicum when I was having a meeting with the mother of my client, and she looked at me and she told me that she really appreciated what I was doing with her son and how she's seen growth in him and how it even made her emotional, just seeing like how he's changed and things of that nature. And it really made me feel good because I was in a practicum where I had lack of supervision. So that kind of caused me sometimes to kind of doubt what I was doing. Like, am I doing this thing right? Like, I'm doing as best as I know how. And then to kind of get that feedback from her, that really gave me reassurance that, okay, maybe I am doing something right. So that was really good for me. For the second question, it says, discuss how you've grown as a practitioner. I feel like in the beginning, starting practicums, I wasn't really confident in what I could do or what I was able to do at that, kind of in that realm. So, but now I feel that I'm way more confident being in an internship where I had to kind of step up and kind of take that leadership role. I feel like I did really good with that. Even though I was nervous about it, now I know that I'm capable of doing anything that I really put my mind to. And that's a growth for me, especially coming in and not saying too much, and even coming from undergrad, just not being as vocal as I could have been or should have been. And then now I'm very vocal about what I'm talking about in classes and just pertaining to social work in general. The third one is discuss what remains for your professional growth. Um, what remains? I feel that I still want to develop my own counseling style because I'm very passionate about counseling. So I feel like that's something that, as far as my professional growth, that's something that I should work on developing my style as a professional and as a counselor. Also, I want to have more experience with the population that I want to work with. So that's a place where I need to grow in. I'm very passionate about the mental health area right now, but I feel like I still want more experience with the population to know if this is really what I want to do. The next one, the strategies to remain lifelong learners. I really like this question because I feel like I'm always going to be a learner. I love learning new things, regardless of it's something small that I can, do in my home, or if it's something like big that pertains to my profession. I'm always open to learning. And I feel like a strategy for that for me is to be open minded. I feel like because I'm open minded, I'm able to receive more information and learn a little better versus somebody that has a closed mind that doesn't want to accept that new information. So I feel like I think it's really important to, when you're a learner, to be open minded and to actually want to learn. I feel like that's very important to learn things because it's something that you want to do, not because, oh, I have to learn this for a certain thing or something like that. So I feel like that's something that's a strategy of mine, just being open minded and willing to accept information. As far as the competencies, out of the 9 competencies, I rated myself fours and threes. So on the first one, I rated myself a 4 as far as ethical and professional behavior. I feel like I'm very professional, and I I strive to always be ethical with clients or even with coworkers and just to the profession as a whole. The second one, engage diverse and differences, I gave myself a 3 because I don't really have much experience working with more people that are really diverse from me. Yes, I have small experiences, but that's still an area that needs improvement. And it's not because I'm not open to working with diverse people. It's just because I haven't had much experience with it. The third one, with human rights, I gave myself a 4. I'm very serious about fighting for the rights of those that can't speak on their own behalf. So those people that are oppressed, or those people that are, just at-risk populations. I feel like I'm very passionate about fighting for those rights and learning what their rights are, so I can, let them know what those rights are. The next one, informed research and research informed practice. I gave myself a 3 because research is not my strong area at all. But actually, since being in the program, I've actually grown to like research. Not to the point where I'm gonna, try to do it, but I like the aspect of it, and I feel that research is very important in any profession that you're doing, especially social work. I feel like there's so many things that we can learn and we can research, and I feel that I need to be more equipped to, knowing about research and conducting that research if necessary. The next one is engage policy practice. I gave myself a 3. Policy is really new for me. Of course, we learn about, policy when we're younger and stuff like that, but being in the social work profession and knowing how policy is very important, I know that I need to work on it. Being in Dr. Stanfield's class, I learned a lot about policy, and I actually learned to like it, because I actually understood what was going on. I feel like when you understand something a little bit better, you're able to, say like, okay, well, maybe this is something that I can get into. Versus if you don't understand, you're like, oh no, I don't want to do it. But I feel like I still need to practice in that area, just kind of still learning about the different policies that are going on, and to make it a point to be updated on certain policies that can affect those people that I'm working with. The next one, well, the last 4 are engage, assess, intervene, and evaluate practice. And that's all with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. So on engaging, I gave myself a 4. I'm really good with that aspect of the engagement part, and figuring out what's going on, connecting resources and stuff. And as far as like assessing and intervening, I'm good with assessing situations and problems and trying to figure out what's going on with that intervene part. Me being able to intervene appropriately when needed, and to connect them and give them the aid and assistance that they really need. I feel like I'm pretty good with that. When it comes to evaluating practice, I gave myself a 3 because I'm not really not able, but I've never really evaluated the practice as far as dealing with that. So that's something that I need to work on as far as evaluating practices, and just evaluating period, any on interventions or small programs. I just need more experience with it. It's not necessarily I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know how to do it. I just feel like I need more experience. So that's an area that I think I should work on. So that is about it. I answered all of the questions. Overall, I would rate myself a 4. I feel like at the beginning of the program, I wouldn't have rated myself a 4, maybe not even a 3. Um, but now going through the program and having these experiences, and being able to interact with clients that are actually, my clients, I feel like I've grown, and I'm very confident in my abilities, and I'm excited about what the future holds. So that's all for today. Bye.